After that, you go to SERE school and get your ass kicked. So that was 3 weeks long. I believe it was 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks long. 3 weeks of SERE school, which is an excellent school. It sucks all the way up, and it's not excellent until the last day. The last day is when you figure out SERE school and everything that happens, how everything works.
You know, I never went to SERE school.
No.
So let's go into that real quick.
So SERE school starts out with the first week is class work on how to survive. You go over history on individuals like Nick Rowe. Nick Rowe was a Green Beret in Vietnam that was in a POW for like 5 years. You go over his stuff. You go over different techniques of how to tell a story and how to manipulate and try to get them off of what you're actually doing. So you got that for the first week. The second week is like survival stuff, like how to kill a rabbit, how to skin it, stuff like that. Third week, you go on a mission. So your mission is blah, 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 whatever. You're going to go out and do it. They break you up into like a 12-man team. You go out and do it. You end up becoming into a survival situation. So they don't feed you or nothing during this entire week. You're basically living off the land, whatever you can find. Like we found a deer head and ate it. And then we found snakes and rabbits and ate them. We robbed somebody's garden with green tomatoes and we fried them up and had fried green tomatoes. We ate those. You know, some guys got lucky and came across a pig farm and pulled a pig out of there and ate that. So I forget how many days was surviving off the land, and then they put you on an E&E corridor. So you're E&Eing now.
E&E is escape and evasion.
Escape and evade. So the enemy is on your ass. So you're going to get caught. So we got caught. They put hoods over our heads, threw us on the freaking truck, took us to a compound, stripped us down naked. Everything goes there. They do not give two. You think, oh, they ain't going to do that shit. They're going to do it. They smacked the living daylights out of me. You standing there naked and they got a girl down there, they don't give two craps, man. You're sitting there with your schlong hanging out and she's right there looking at it. Even making fun of you. Yeah. They don't care. You think they're going to pull punches? They ain't. Racism, they don't care. They'll call you any name. If you're that, you're that. You know, and they call you that. Whatever. They just constantly trying to manipulate you and get you all to fight amongst each other is what they're doing. And that's about 3 days. So you don't eat, you don't sleep. You're a POW in a jail cell. They let you out to do yard work and chores and stuff like that. And during this whole process of while you're doing that, they'll pull individuals out and put them in a cell to interrogate. So during the interrogation, this is where you're trying to do the things that you learned in the first week. How to, you know, you deny everything. You know, you make counter accusations. You admit to nothing. You come up with a story that kind of goes along and you fight it. And they are allowed to hit you. I never been smacked by a woman so hard in my life. For laughing, I smiled, and she just kicked the living crap out of me. Because one of the guys was in a cell, and one of the instructors, you know, they talking to like, hey, you, Mr. Green Beret, you go over there and get me captain. We had one captain. They know who you are. He goes, I want pilot captain, because there are some aviation guys in there. And I went over there and I knew who the captain was. And I go, hey, he wants a captain. And they're all looking at me smiling, because there was a few captains over there, but there was only one pilot. And I go, he wants a pilot. And the dude's face dropped. And I started laughing, dude. She saw me laughing. She come the hell out of there and just smacked the living daylights out of me, man. But anyway, they will smack the shit out of you. They will give you a black eye. And it ain't no joke. So that's like 3 days of ass beatings. They got light cells and hard cells, and you have to pass these. A light cell is a guy going, welcome, welcome, sit down. Relax. Take it easy. Would you like some cookies? You ain't eaten in, 4 or 5 days. Would you like some food? A lot of guys will say, I ain't eating that, because they think their buddies are starving, so they're all a team, so he's going to starve. Well, they don't teach it. If they offer you food, eat it. It's better than you than it is being wasted. So that's a soft sell. And then the hard sell is they get you in there, they tie you up, and they smack you around a little bit. They punch you in the gut a little bit and stuff like that, and they try to get you to answer the question. The hardest cell to defeat, the hardest interrogator, is a soft cell guy. There was a guy in World War II, a German, I believe he was a German interrogator. He could get anything out of anybody, and he never once hit them or mistreated them.
No shit.
Because once you establish rapport with that individual and you're nice, they loosen up and they're willing to talk. Now, it may take time, but if you're continually nice to that individual, they'll tell you anything and everything you want to know. So the soft sell is the one you want to, and you don't learn this until after the course. So the soft sell is the hardest one. That's why you go in interrogation. I've been to an interrogation school that the cops go to, and you got to be nice, and you got to get all up and nice and sympathize with the individual and become part of their world, and just don't worry. I understand why you murdered and raped them 3 women, they were definitely in the wrong. And you just start talking to them like that, and the next thing you know, this dude's opening up to you, So they teach you all this stuff. And you have to pass. They're in there actually grading you. And if you don't pass, you keep going in and you keep going in. And I was a little bit thick-headed on the hard sell. And he goes, listen, dude. And he stopped for a minute. And he goes, listen, dude, you need to put more fake in it. Or something like that. So I was like, oh, and I started acting like I was being beat and stuff. And they took me out. They got a pond out there. They call it the People's Pond. And he drugged me out there and started dunking me under the water and this and that. And, it was, and we got through that. But the thing is the school is very informative. It teaches you how to do that, to avoid answering questions, how to come up. Like my deal was I had a Marine Corps tattoo. So I was automatically a private, a truck driver from the Marine Corps, and I knew absolutely nothing. And they bought it. And they went with it, because that's pretty much the only tattoos I had at the time. And they ran with it. And they actually, they don't know everything about you, but they do know mostly about you. And he actually thought I was in the Marine Corps at the time. And I was just there going through training and on his mind. But I was actually an SF guy and whatnot. Some guys break down. I've seen guys break down and they went lopey. And the guy had to stop the training, pull out his card and say, I'm Staff Sergeant so-and-so, you're in the United States Army and you're here. Do you know who I am?
Oh, shit.
Yeah. It'll get to some dudes. One guy gave up everything. He says, yep, he's an SF dude. He's an E6, he's an 18 Bravo, and he speaks this language. Needless to say, that dude wasn't very well liked after he did that.
Yeah, but
even when the instructors, they were pissed off at him.
Damn.
For breaking that fast. But after the whole thing's done with, that's when you sit back and you look at it and you learn from it. It was just phenomenal, and the things you see. The unfortunate thing is, these terrorists aren't going to give a shit.
Yeah.
You're going down there with your head lopped off.
Yeah.
Conventional forces like the Iraq fighting Saddam Hussein, you got a chance. And we did have prisoners of war during that. If you remember Bravo 20, they got out. They finally got out. They evaded. They all died of cancer, I think, from drinking some chemical water. But they all made it through there. There was a female girl that became became POW that we actually think we saw them put her in an armored personnel carrier and take her north. It was the one female. If you research that, you'll see. It happened sometime during the Battle of Kafchi. And we believe we did witness that, taking her up there. That stuff will work. She came back, you know, you go up there. Of course, they weren't SERE trained, but you have a chance of surviving when you're dealing with that type of
Yeah.
force. These animals now, these savages, no, they ain't
Yeah.
gonna care, man. So, is it obsolete? Maybe, maybe not.
They're looking to make an example out of us now.
Oh yeah.
You know, they want the press. They want it as graphic as possible.
Yep.
But
Yeah, so once SERE school's over with, then you pop over to your group, whatever group it is you go to, and then you get assigned a team.